engineers in the family. Okay. So being a lot of mechanical engineering in the in the family, so we used to have this application oriented. So application plays a vital role. When I have studied, I used to know all the applications. I know what about IC engines at my 8th standard. I know completely about my this Ohm's law application of electrical engineering in my let's say SSLC period. I started making my 3D models at near about SSLC. So this application has this application or understanding of concept is the one major thing. This rises my overall career. Though I have now only 38 years, where I have started my own company, and we have been turning over for near about 5 to 6 crores per annum. Okay. So we go into the topic. So these are our areas, or we used to call it these are our business verticals, where we used to do CFD, computational fluid dynamics. I'm expert in computational fluid dynamics. I have guided something around 10 PhDs in computational fluid dynamics. I have published variety of papers, near about 30. I have published 30 papers in various international journals, as well as I filed 10 patents. So these are all my academic exposure. Okay, of course, patent, half of patent, 50% of patent comes from my industry, and another 5 patents is for the academic. Then we are doing physical modeling, 3D detail engineering, design automation. Design automation is nothing but our industry 4.0, equipment design. So we used to do a lot of activities on engineering design area. Okay. So before going into the actual subject of application of mechanical engineering, so I want to discuss about this ASME research study, where the ASME, of course, you know, ASME is American Society of Mechanical Engineers, where they used to conduct a research study. So what will be the state of mechanical engineering? Okay, what is going to be the state of mechanical engineering today and beyond? Okay. So today is something what mechanical engineering is being it today, and what it is going to be in coming years. Okay. So this is about ASME conducted the survey and the level of optimism towards professional. So this ASME suggests that the most cutting edge field. This is for next 10 years. They have been forecasting it for next 10 years. The most okay. So the most cutting edge field is energy. So energy is going to be makes a critical role for next decade or even more than that. So next is biomedical, bioengineering, nanotechnology, alternate energy, water, computers, electronics, clean energy, robotics, communication, chemical engineering, and information technology. You don't think that mechanical engineering is not here. Mechanical engineering is more like energy is part of mechanical. So this is means of acquiring knowledge. So if you have any doubt, you can type in the chat session. We can reply it. Okay, no issues. So this is means of acquiring knowledge, where it is self-study. For a self-study, sorry. So this is means of acquiring knowledge. How you can acquire knowledge? A most important point here. I will change my pointer. Okay, most important point here is a full-time degree program is only 6%. Okay, means of acquiring knowledge, a full-time degree program is only 6%, whereas a self-study is 86%. Okay, where you can get websites, you can get 59%. The more important thing is here online courses offered by professional society like Coursera and NPTEL, online courses, university colleges, certificate programs. So this is what I am emphasizing. You should be always get some good certification program where that is around something around that.
There is certain disturbance, I think. Please fix it.
Okay, I don't know for whom it is. Okay, so the certified program will have this 39%, whereas the full-time degree program means of acquiring knowledge is only 6%. Whereas self, sir.
Veyanandan sir, excuse
Yes.
me sir, sorry for disturbance. In background there is some small noise sir.
I think it might be the fan. Okay, the room what I am sitting is
yes, sir,
not
yes,
having the air conditioner. Okay, I'll try to. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay sir.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Okay, so I have kept my mic nearby my mouth so that it won't have that disturbance. Okay.
Now it is
Okay.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
So the self-study is having 86% of means of acquiring knowledge, whereas this full-time degree program is only 6%. And this is more very much important for academicians. What you are going to concentrate or the transferring of skills to the students. So the most important skills, it starts with this is which virtual prototyping. This is enduring. Okay, so the emerging. Sorry, the yellow color window is emerging, and this blue color will be enduring. Where this emerging, this virtual prototype creation will be emerging, and all these blue color are enduring. Where this 3D CAD software, almost all the companies in India now they are shifting towards the solid modeling, particularly with the SolidWorks, Creo, and CATIA. And second most important part is computational fluid dynamics, life cycle analysis, FEA, non-destructive testing, Six Sigma, icing. Of course, for in particularly in India, we don't have that much of a problem in icing except this ISRO. Like in Iron Man, they used to have this icing analysis. NQA, MathCAD, ISO certification, failure mode effective analysis, statistical, project management, code, good manufacturing practices, and most important thing is fluid mechanics. So around 80% is fluid mechanics. Whereas as a subject, we are studying only about one subject in fluid mechanics. Okay, even we are not studying something around the external aerodynamics. We used to study about only internals. Okay, so this fluid mechanics plays a very vital role, and this has been derived, or this has been told by ASME. Okay, American Society for Mechanical Engineers. So these are the skills required for the students. A student should have very good exposure on 3D CAD software. Okay, not at the academic level, it should be at the level of industrial computational fluid dynamics. FEA, for example, still I know most of the engineering colleges, you are all following that black color window software. Black color window is APDL. APDL is ANSYS parametric definition language, whereas it should be Workbench. Whereas we now shifted to Workbench for the last decade. For the last 10 years, we have been working with the Workbench, whereas this APDL we have stopped it working for the last 10 years, and the industries or and the academic and still they are following this APDL. Okay, so you need to have this bridge between industry and academy is the need of the hour. And non-destructive testing, I think none of our syllabus have this non-destructive testing except a few engineering colleges where you have this autonomous, you used to have this non-destructive testing. Okay, ISO certification, FMEA is one of the most important subject. Failure mode effective analysis, statistical, project management. I think most of the colleges now they have taken it out this operational research, which is very vital role in case of this project management and good manufacturing practices. And regarding this fluid mechanics, so today we are going to see more about fluid mechanics. Okay, as a application of engineering in engineering subject industry, I'm going to speak about this fluid mechanics, strength of materials, and thermal engineering subjects. So this is the field versus for example, what is knowledgeable and somewhat are not knowledgeable. So in most of the cases, what we have discussed, they all are less than 30%. All the courses, all the skills, what we have discussed in the previous slides, they have been only 30% of exposure is being, or 30% knowledgeable is there, but the balance 70% is kept as a vacant. Okay. So now we are entering into the subjects. So I used to shift across to the different engineering fields. Okay, within subset of mechanical engineering, one is design, engineering design, production, quality, erection, project management, and maintenance. Okay, so I have taken out in production, I have including production planning also as well as manufacturing also. A production is different from a manufacturing, whereas that I kept it for IT holders and diploma. For engineering level, it should be only production and quality. One minute. Okay, so for These are all the mechanical engineering subsets. So this is what I am put more detailed. One is on design and another is on erection, management, production, and quality. In case of design, a piping design is very widely used. Piping design, product design, and process design. Process design is nothing but yeah, it may be even a heat exchanger design or a equipment design. And this is product design. Piping is a separate field. The piping emphasis on piping should be very high, because most of the industries, almost if you take any industry, the piping plays at least 50% role. So in this product, it will be you should know, if you have a design exposure, you should have the CFD, FEM is finite element, and strength of material. You should have very good exposure on strength of material. In case of production, you should know CNC, robotics, machine maintenance. Of course, the skipped one is you should know about this process planning and cost estimation. Okay, this process planning plays a very vital role in production. In case of quality, quality assurance and quality control. Quality assurance is more like NDT and all those things. Control is what is your welding procedures, where it will be widely covered by tomorrow by Mr. Ananthan. Okay, in case of erection, it should be equipment erection and safety. There are a lot of safeties is also there. Okay, I think it is in elective we have used to study this safety. In case of project management, it should be projects, materials and logistics. Logistics is the one like supply chain management. Supply chain management plays a very vital role, but it is given very less emphasis in academic. Okay, so apart from our basic subject, we should go emphasize on other subjects also, where one of that subject is this logistics. Okay, a material should be there. For example, if you ask all the fresh engineers, you just tell me one material, they used to say it's iron. Okay, so iron is not at all a material, so it should be a combination of material, which is carbon steel, IS 2062, ASTM material. They should have given good exposure on materials also. They should know what is this ultimate tensile strength, what is this yield strength, why we are calling IS 2062 E250BR, E350BR. They should know what is the purpose of yield strength and all those things, including factor of safety. Okay, so these are subsets of mechanical engineering. Now I am going to relate these subsets with respect to the subject. Say when we used to recruit, we used to see the marks they have taken in different subjects upon their interest. So I have prepared a similar kind, which is choice of career. If it is a engineering design, if you have to go for engineering design, then you should have good exposure on AutoCAD and solid modeling. In case of product design and development, you should have good marks in FEA, okay, or FEM, both lab as well as theory. So FEM is a combination of the strength of materials and the numerical methods. Production technology, where this production technology of welding, forging, and casting, you should be familiar with. Machine tools. Machine tools is something like machining, tool design, dies. Tool design, a tool room in a factory plays a very vital role. Okay, a tool room in a factory plays a vital role. So you should know about this tool design, die and jigs and fixtures. Voice is clear to me. Okay, I don't know for others. There is some humming sound is also coming. Okay, that is not from me. I have even switched off my fan and sitting in a non-AC room without a fan. Okay. So this equipment maintenance, you should know this preventive and cyclic and breakdown maintenance. So erection and commissioning, project management. So plant O&M. Plant O&M plays a vital role now. So plant O&M is nothing but operation and maintenance. In case of operation and maintenance, okay, in case of operation and maintenance, mostly it will be plant. Say earlier we used to call it as EPC. Engineering, procurement and construction. Okay, engineering, procurement and construction. Then we used to give that plan to the owner. Once the plan started, we came out. The supplier, the engineering, procurement and commissioning supplier, we came out. Whereas now it comes with the EPCM. M is maintenance. A plant operator, sorry, a plant manufacturer who manufacture all the equipments, he has to run the plant for at least 2 years. Then he has to hand it over to the customer. Okay. Earlier it was once the plant has been started, we used to come out. Owner has to run the plant. Now we have to run and show the performance for 2 years. Then we have to submit it to the customer. So this is the new, very new. It has been coming up. Okay, which is plant operation and maintenance. O&M. It is for all the plants. Even even a very small plant, it should have this operation and maintenance. Okay. So this is how. So I am clubbing together the subjects like engineering design, thermal based production and marketing. Okay. So in the engineering design, the most important subject is strength of materials. We should have very important about this strength of materials, where strength of materials plays a very vital role. Okay. So what is the strength of materials? So the strength of materials, you can say like stress equal to directly proportional to strain. Within elastic limit, the stress is directly proportional to strain. Hooke's law, ultimate tensile strength, yield stress, factor of safety, your Young's modulus, all your strength, stiffness, malleability property, all comes in strength of materials. Engineering materials in the sense they should know material types, all these metallurgical properties. Okay. Then on the other case, that is why I put it as a gear. Once you know, you should apply it engineering mechanics. Engineering mechanics plays a very vital role, though they have been studied in before. Like in engineering course, you used to study engineering mechanics first, then you have to study this in the first year itself, then in the second year or third semester you have to study about the strength of materials later in the things. But engineering mechanics, there should be good exposure like vector diagrams, moment, there should be.
हमारा साथ बच्चे हैं ना, बच्चे गंद आता है ना, वो पैर मार के नीचे कर देते हैं.
Sir, someone is disturbing. You have forget to put your mic on unmute. Okay. Right. So this engineering mechanics, as I said, it's a very vital role. Your free body diagram, vectors, moment, acceleration, everything plays a vital role. Then KOM and DOM. KOM is kinematics of machinery, dynamics of machinery. Frankly speaking, I never taught this subject. I used to thought only CFD and FEA, where these are, instead of, we used to follow it on our real-time practice in industry. For example, this kinematics of machinery, you used to study a 4-bar mechanism. If you study a 4-bar mechanism, you have to select about what is a velocity and acceleration for different condition. Normally in academic, you used to study about only about y direction, whereas industry we used to study about x and y, x, y and z direction. On all the 3 direction we used to study. So we learned kinematics of machinery from that. In case of dynamic machinery, we have to mark the cam profiles. We have to know the governors to control our speed. We should know about the shaft design. We should know about this torque. We should know about this pi by 16 tau d cube. We should know about this stresses, bending stresses, torsion stresses, T by J equal to C theta by L. Okay, so everything is a combination. So I have learned all the most of the subject by applying in the industry. So that is why I'm more like I'm presenting this in application of mechanical engineering subjects in industry. Okay, so instead of though I have studied, I have done it my B from Sastra in nearby Tanjore in Tamil Nadu. Though at the time of application, though at the time of learning, I was more like a regular student, where we used to learn it without knowing the application. Whereas after I came back to my industry, where I applied all the things in engineering design. Okay, so this is in case of kinematic machinery and the dynamics of machinery. Then DME, design of machine elements. So as I said, how you design a spring, how you design a shaft, how you design the bulk material handling equipments, cranes, crane hooks. Next is finite element. So finite element, we used to study a lot. Like in finite element, there is one, this is finite element analysis, finite element method. There is, we first starts with the FDM. FDM is finite difference method. Then we followed this finite element method, which is element based. Then we followed finite volume method. In case of finite volume, the number of nodes will be less, element will be more. Sorry, the number of element will be less, node will be more. In case of finite element method, we should have vice versa. So now we are utilizing this finite volume method. We have for the last 6 years we shifted to finite volume method. Earlier we have used this finite element method. Okay, so this is in part of engineering design. Hope you know this Rallis-Ritz method, Galerkin method. Okay, so one which handles the structural element, and another it handles the non-structural. A structural element is nothing but stress, strain, Young's modulus, factor of safety, whereas non-structural elements are pressure, velocity, turbulence. So we are going to see that. Next is thermal based. So thermal based group. We used to follow capture it as a group. So this is engineering design group, and this is thermal based group. In case of thermodynamics is the base, fluid mechanics, heat and mass transfer, thermal engineering, gas dynamics, jet propulsion, power plant engineering, and computational fluid dynamics. So these are all combined together. Okay, what we have studied in thermodynamics as a first law, second law, where it has been implemented in fluid dynamics. Like it starts with Reynolds number, Euler equation. Euler has developed this momentum equation for inviscid fluids. Then Navier and Stokes started developing this momentum equation for viscous fluid also. So they have taken the basics of thermodynamics and they have put it across in the fluid mechanics. Then same in heat and mass transfer. In case of heat and mass transfer, our fluid mechanics plays a very vital role. For example, our Reynolds number, which is rho Vd by mu, which plays a very vital role in heat and mass transfer as well as in thermal engineering, where it most important thing is both these subject is Nusselt's number, overall heat transfer coefficient, fouling factors, okay, fouling coefficient, fouling factors, Titus-Polsky equation, they all depends on this fluid mechanics, okay, because the fluid mechanics most important factor is Reynolds number. Hope you know that formula, Titus-Polsky equation, where is C plus Re power of 0.88, Prandtl power of 0.33 plus mu W by mu power of 0.14. Okay, so this fluid mechanics plays a very vital role for this heat and mass transfer and thermal. And for fluid mechanics, thermodynamics plays a very vital role, where it has this second law, force equal to mass into acceleration. Okay, Newton's second law for this for mass into acceleration, which is basics for this momentum equation, where Euler and Navier-Stokes has been developed this. So second, the same has been developed for the same application of heat and mass transfer. Thermal engineering plays a vital role in gas dynamic jet propulsion. Power plant engineering, for example, thermal engineering, what we have studied is cycles. Power plant cycles, TS diagram, Rankine cycle. So we used to study only Rankine cycle, simple Rankine cycle. Whereas here we used to study superheat plus reheat, superheat plus reheat plus regeneration. So there are a lot of application of thermal engineering into the power plant. Okay. Then finally, all these combined together to form another subject, which is computational fluid dynamics, which is widely used in throughout the industries. Now every industry they used to apply this CFD, which is computational fluid dynamics. So this is production technology together, which is manufacturing technology 1 and 2. Mostly now, still we are following this lathe and shaper, planner, whereas now it was all taken over by a simple machine, integrated machine, which is vertical machining center, VMC. Whereas you have to
இது உள்ள விடுங்க ஏன்னா இல்ல 60 ரூபா ஆயிடுச்சாமா எனக்கு திட்டினாங்க இதுக்கு முன்னாடி பழைய விலை போட்டு.
Okay, I think we can hear a lot of interesting crosstalks. Okay, so this plays a vital role. Manufacturing 1 and 2, metrology plays a very vital role. Without metrology, the entire production or manufacturing cannot be started. Same is computer integrated manufacturing. Process planning and cost estimation, as I said, process planning and cost estimation plays a vital role. and operation research. Operation research to me is one of the very, very important subject. Okay, the application of operation research, which will turn into project management also. So as far as marketing is concerned, TQM, total quality management. So most of us, we used to think that is more like a theory paper, but it is widely used. Without TQ, nothing moves. 5S, engineering economics and cost estimation, operation research. Okay, so these are all the area. Say one is this engineering design, thermal based production, as well as marketing. So I want to put emphasis on each group. So which one will cost you? Say for a student, say one has to take his career to a very big height. Okay, like he want to be head of institution. He should join as a engineering trainee, and he should become a head of an institution. Okay, maybe within short span in the sense maybe around 15 years. He joins a company near about 21. Maybe by end of 38 or 40, he has to lead the institution, lead the complete company. Then which field he has to select? Okay, so I have selected four different group. One is engineering design, another is thermal. Thermal is also comes in this engineering design. Another is production, another is marketing. Okay, marketing, you can call this also operation management. Once the marketing guy will be also become this operation management guy. So I want to maybe you can type it here. A engineer who wants to join as an engineering trainee, then he has to become a head of that company. Okay, so head of that company within a short span of 25 or less than 15 years. Then he has to select which field, marketing or engineering design or production, which field he has to select. If you have any idea, you can type it in your comment section. Okay, I think there is no chat here most of them. Okay, so somebody is putting engineering design, and one says it's marketing, operation research, engineering design, operation research, engineering design. Okay, so I have received good numbers. So to me, say the right answer is not engineering design. Say engineering design, though I have been engineering design for last 20 years, but we don't know what is really happening in operation. We never know what is marketing. Okay, once someone has taken from our marketing department, they used to get this idea of marketing. He gets the order, then we used to work. Though we feel like a god. For example, in production, they don't know what is really happening inside the machine. For the erection people also, they don't know why they have taken this much of tube, why they have taken this much of length, why they have taken this much of pitch. They don't know anything. What they know, what they have to know is they have to produce that with a satisfaction quality, and they have to erect it. Okay, marketing person has to get the order. Though the engineering design is one of the very, very, very vital role in a factory, but a person from an engineering design cannot go to a higher level. The reason is he knows more detail about the product. Okay, so he used to create more like love. He don't have much exposure on production and marketing. So a guy who can be at the level of a head of the institution will be a marketing guy. Though I have been taught marketing is nothing, marketing guy is nothing, but without marketing, nothing moves. Yeah, higher level people, they should know how to market it. Okay, then only we can produce a component. I know fantastic skills on product development, but I should have this capability of marketing. Without marketing, nothing moves. In United States, there used to be two founders. One is founder will have more about knowledge about design. Another co-founder, they used to call co-founder. Co-founder will have knowledge only on marketing. So this marketing people will come to very high position, and they used to come in a really quick way. Like I'm something around 18 years of experience. I'm in engineering design. When I go for a discussion with other companies, like recently I went to Tata Projects before lockdown. I went to Tata Projects Hyderabad. So when I have while have been discussing the another company, they have sent one marketing guy. That guy is a student of mine. He has only 8 years of experience. Okay, he has only 8 years of experience. He has came in a position near about my position where his company has sent him. The reason is he is in marketing department and he has given very good exposure. And mostly more, I think even I have a fantastic PPT on comparing each others where we do not have much of a time. So this will be a marketing team will lead the entire company. Okay, right now. So this, as far as this is concerned, we closed our subject. Okay, introduction part. So it's already 10:40. We will have another maybe 30 minutes of session. Okay. So now I am going to discuss about basics. Okay, now we comes to the topic. I think we almost on the discussion we have cleared around 40 minutes of time. So next we come to basics. As I used to do most of our my company people as well as to the students in NIT. So what I am discussing, the entire mechanical engineering, it can be done in two ways. One is directly proportional, another is inversely proportional. These two are very, very, very important. If you know how to differentiate between these two, then your entire problem is solved. Okay. So let's start with the stress. Stress equal to force by area. Okay. So area is inversely proportional to my stress. Okay. So area is inversely proportional to my stress. For example, if I prick from my pen of the back side, I used to have very less pain. So less pain is nothing but stress. Whereas when I prick from my this point where we used to write that nib, we used to call it nib, where when you have this press on our skin, we used to have get more pain for the same kind of pressure. So it's all depends upon area. So stress equal to stress equal to inversely proportional to my area. So higher the stress, for example, stress equal to 4 pi area. If I want to reduce the stress, you have to increase the area. That's all. So in design, we used to have a most important thing. One is this stress. So if I want to reduce the stress, you have to increase your area. So that is inversely proportional. Okay. Another thing, hope you know efficiency. Efficiency equal to output by input. Okay. So if I want to increase my efficiency, you have to decrease your input. Okay. For the same output, if I want to increase my efficiency, you have to decrease my input. Okay. So that is how we used to increase your efficiency. Okay. So these are all inversely proportional and directly proportional. Another example is circumferential stress. Hope you know circumferential stress. Stress in the thin body, where it is in circumferential stress is PD by 2T. Okay. PD by 2T. So here pressure is what proportional to temperature. So here P, though it is in bottom, whereas this is equal to, so this comes here. So pressure directly proportional to temperature. If my pressure rises, temperature should, thickness should also rise. Okay, so that is pressure P directly proportional to thickness. Okay, so this is in case of thick. So that is how we used to design. So another case, this is P by D, though these fellows, okay, I will rewrite this here. So my formula PD by 2T, PD by 2T is circumferential stress. So these two are directly proportional, though it is in inverse. When it comes to this side, this is directly proportional, which is pressure directly proportional to my thickness. Whereas here, though they are sitting together, pressure and the diameter, if I have my more pressure, you should have less diameter. Like this pressure is inversely proportional to my diameter. If I have more pressure, I should have less diameter. Okay, say I have designed one double pipe heat exchanger which is near about 200 bar. So if my 200 bar, then my diameter has to be very less. The reason is it was inversely proportional, which is circumferential stress, which is PD by 2T. Okay. Then I will just discuss with most important thing here, which is what I have learned in my experience, which is E equal to Young's modulus. Okay, all you know. So E equal to Young's modulus. What is the formula for E? Is E Young's modulus equal to stress by strain. Okay, stress by strain. So the strain is inversely proportional to my E. So this is what we learned in engineering. Okay. So while I went to Germany to buy one most important material for our new project. So what usually we learned in engineering is engineering for a steel E equal to 210 gigapascal. Okay, gigapascal. Okay, or 2.1 into 10 to the power of 5 megapascal. So when I went to that factory in Germany, Berlin, I have seen E of that material is only something around 90 gigapascal. E is only 90 gigapascal. I was so surprised. Usually E is 210 gigapascal, Young's modulus, whereas here E is only 90 gigapascals. So I was very much worried. What happened? Maybe that was long back. Maybe around the time is around 2007 or 8. Maybe a decade back. Okay. So I immediately made a call to my grandfather. As I said, he's a first doctorate in Tamil Nadu. So he simply says, Vivek, what I have told you is directly proportional, inversely proportional. So if you are seeing something less Young's modulus, then strain should be more. Like the expansion should be more. Okay. For example, E for copper is only something around 65 gigapascal. E for Young's modulus. Young's modulus for aluminum is something around 50 gigapascals. Okay. E for gold is also something near about this gigapascals. Okay. So that is why we used to have a lot of Kerala jewelry. Okay. We used to have the Kerala jewelry. Kerala jewelry is something like it looks so big, but it will be very, very, very thin. Like it has more malleability property because of this strain. Like it can be wrapped into a very thin steel plate. Okay, that is malleability. So it all depends on your E value. So what I have found this immediately, I asked the fellow why it has been only 90 gigapascal. He said it's a spring steel. It's a spring steel. Okay, so it will tend to have large deformation. That is nothing but strain. Okay, it tends to have large deformation. Hence, this E value is less. So the entire subject, the entire mechanical engineering, it should be linked with both stress and both directly proportional and inversely proportional. Okay. Okay. So this is with respect to the thing. So since we know this directly proportional, inversely proportional, now we are going to see something about in fluid mechanics. So in fluid mechanics, let's start from cricket. Why the ball swings? Okay, there is a difference between spin bowling and swing bowling. A swing bowling is because the one side of ball is rough. Okay, and one side of ball is shiny. So the rough surface will create drag. If I kept the rough surface on my right hand side, usually that is why they used to hide the ball while they used to bowl. Okay, when they have my right hand side, then it will be in swinger. When it is on left hand side, then it's going to be a out swinger. That depends on my moisture. Okay, if my moisture is more, the drag will be on the rough surface will be more, swing will be more. Okay, So it is all depends on moisture and the molecule present in the air. So that is cricket that plays widely on this Bernoullis. Okay, Bernoullis are fluid mechanics. In Bernoullis, like there is a formula that is P by rho g plus V square by 2g. So this plays a very vital role where this is pressure head and this is velocity head. In case of pressure head, P by rho g. So what is this meaning? So head is, hope you know what is the head of a water. I used to have 1 bar. I want 1 bar of pressure at my outlet. Then at what height I have to put it my tank? Say something head is nothing but at what height it has to be there. So any idea? So normally it is 10 meters. Okay, 10 meters per 1 bar for a water. How it comes for a pressure head? For example, here it is P is 101 325. Hope you know pressures. For example, if you come to pressure, there is one atmospheric pressure is there, gauge pressure is there, absolute pressure is there, vacuum pressure is there, static pressure is there, dynamic pressure. So there are a lot of pressure components. Okay, so I think I have stated all. Okay, static pressure, dynamic pressure, absolute pressure, gauge pressure, atmospheric pressure. So what we have put here 101,325 pascals is the atmospheric pressure. So rho is 1000. What I am discussing is around 1000. On my gravity is 9.81. Instead of 9.81, I have put 10 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, if I take 1, 2, 3, 4, then it is approximately equal to 10 meters of water. 10 meters of water column. So this is why we used to derive this P by rho g. Okay, if it is the same thing, if it is mercury, the density of mercury here, which is something around 100,00010 instead of 101,325, I have put 1 lakh, and the density of mercury is 13,600 divided by 13,600 into 9.81. So this will approximately come only 1 meter. So in case of mercury, I can achieve 1 bar of pressure at 1 meter. In case of water, I can achieve this 1 bar only at 10 meters. The reason is it all depends upon your density. So here the density plays a vital role in pressure head. In case of this okay, so in case of this velocity head, the velocity head is V square by 2g. Okay, so the V square by 2g plays a very vital role. Okay, so this is kinematic head. Okay, so which is velocity part. Okay, so this Bernoullis plays a very vital role in all cases. Okay, so with respect to my pressure head, velocity head, and static head. Okay, Bernoullis. So next we are going to see about these relations. Okay, so as I said, the swing bowling is depends on this Bernoulli, drag, fluid mechanics, flight. The reason why the flight flies, the lift is generated because of this Bernoulli. So what are the relations? So I am going to take relation. The fellow which the entirely depends on the thing is pressure. The entire thing is depends on pressure. The pressure, what I am going to tell here is what is the relation between pressure versus temperature, pressure versus velocity. So pressure versus area, okay, or velocity versus area. Then what is the relation between sensible heat, pressure versus sensible heat? Hope you know what is sensible heat. Then what is the relation between pressure versus latent heat? So we are going to see all about this. So first, pressure is directly proportional to temperature. Okay, so pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So the temperature is that proportional is, as I said, it's a direct proportional. 1 minute, just hold on for 1 minute.
Participants, please mute your mic.
Okay. Sorry. So this pressure is directly proportional to this temperature. So when my temperature increases, my pressure also increases. That is why we are using this. That is why we are using this. What we can say here, pressure cooker. For pressure cooker, normally it's a saturation point, not saturation temperature, not exactly the temperature. It's a saturation temperature. So in a saturation temperature, if my pressure increases, my temperature also increases. In a normal, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, whereas when it rises our temperature in pressure cooker normally works at 2 bar. So we should have the boiling point at 120 degrees. So we used to get this 20 degree more. So now the relation between pressure versus velocity. So pressure here, it is inversely proportional to velocity. Like if my pressure decreases, my velocity increases. That is why it was there in our normal venturimeter. So consider this. So sorry for my very poor drawing skills in PowerPoint. Okay, so this is one particular venturimeter where here the area is decreasing. So there is also a relation between velocity and the area. Okay, so if my velocity and area is inversely proportional. So if my area reduces, my velocity increases. So when you are giving water to your plants using the hose, if you want the water to move to a higher level, more distance, you have to usually hold the pipe, or we usually close the pipe to half. So you are reducing the area and it goes to a long distance. That is nothing but velocity. So here the velocity increases. Whereas here the pressure will also be reduces here. Okay, so pressure reduces, velocity increases here, and pressure reduces. So that is why we used to call this as a feeder. In case of in all the factories, all the feeders will have this kind of a setup. So the velocity will be very high here. There will be a low pressure. Since there is a low pressure, automatically the feeder grains comes into the picture or comes into the feeder because of low pressure. Okay, so this is how this velocity and pressure. Same thing happens in your airfoil also. Airfoil is flight where we used to use this airfoil in the flight. Wings of the flight will have this airfoil. Here the area will be high. Okay, the area will be keep on reducing. So when my area reduces, my velocity increases. My velocity increases, my pressure decreases. So there is a very less pressure here in the zone, and there is a more pressure here at the bottom of the flight. Okay, so they tend to push this up. So that used to get the lift. Okay, where the flight flies. In case of car, this will be put it in the reverse direction. In case of car, this will be put like this. So when car goes at high speed, this is high pressure zone and this is low pressure zone. The bottom 0 is a low pressure zone, and this tends to push the car at the road. Okay, so the car won't fly. So this we used to call it as a spoiler. This we used to call it as a flight wings. So this is the relation between area versus velocity. So hope you know this is sensibly when we go to this TS diagram. TS is temperature versus entropy diagram for an inverted bell curve. So this is your TS diagram. In TS diagram, this is called a sensibility. This portion, this vertical portion is called a sensibility. This horizontal portion is called as latent heat. Okay, and this is called a superheat. In case of in steam table, this is HF. This is HF is sensible heat. This HFG is latent heat. When my pressure increases, this temperature also increases, the sensibility also increases. Okay. Whereas in case of latent heat, this latent heat decreases in case of pressure increases. If you refer the steam tables, when pressure goes on increasing, the sensibility also will goes on increasing. Okay. Whereas for the lower pressure, latent will be high. Okay. So this is the relation. To sum up, so pressure, temperature, velocity, area, sensible heat, latent heat. Okay. So when my pressure increases, temperature increases, velocity decreases. If my velocity decreases, area increases, sensibility increases. For a pressure, sensibility increases. For a since pressure is increased, latent heat will be decreases. Okay. So this is very, very, very basics. Okay, where you have to describe the entire relation. Okay, since we have know about this application now, we know how this pressure, temperature, velocity, area, sensibility, and latent heat works. So as application, I want to show you this in the air conditioner. Okay, so in an air conditioner, outdoor unit is called as condenser and indoor unit is called as evaporator. Okay, so the entire system, the entire thing what we have discussed is working based on these skills. For example, you know, compressible fluid, incompressible fluid. Incompressible is the one where you cannot compress, and compressible fluids can be compressed. So it's more like gas. So this is a compressor where it compresses the. So this is a compressor where it compresses the fluid, which will be mainly gas. So upon increasing the pressure, here is what it gets. It gets 482 kilopascal, and 4.4 degrees is the inlet gas pressure and temperature. Upon getting its higher pressure and temperature, it raises its pressure to 1585 kilopascals to a temperature of 43 degrees. As my pressure rises, temperature is also raised. So this is gas, whereas gas won't obey the incompressible law of fluids. Like gas won't obey these Bernoulli's equations, that is PV equal to MRT, some other. So I want this to be a liquid. So I am putting this gas. So I am putting this gas into the condenser to make this as a liquid. Okay, hot liquid. So this is hot gas. I want to make this as a hot liquid. So this is condenser where there is no change in temperature because it's a latent heat. Latent is only change in state. Okay, change in state. One is here it enters as gas, goes out as a liquid. Okay, so it's same state. It converts into liquid. Now the most important thing is expansion valve. What we have studied there previously. So it comes with high pressure. Expansion valve, it comes with a diameter of 6 mm. The diameter of tube. Expansion joint is a expansion valve. It's a small device. It's more like a spring. You can see it in the back of your fridge. Okay, it will be more like a small spring with the orifice where the diameter is very less. Okay, where it comes from 6 mm dia and it goes to 0.6 mm dia. 0.6 mm dia. As you know, 0.6 mm dia area is decreased. Okay, so when my area is decreased, velocity will be increased. So when my velocity increased, pressure will be decreased. Okay, I will repeat again. Here area is decreased, or area is decreased. When my area decreases, my velocity increases. If my velocity increases, my pressure decreases. So that is why here it comes to 4.4 degrees. Okay, how it comes from 43 to 4.4 degree without any heat input. By general thermodynamic principles of this pressure, velocity, and temperature, it changes to 4.4 degree and it reduces to 483. So this is now liquid. You can't able to compress a liquid. Hence it has to be, because we are holding a compressor here. Hence it has to be converted into gas. Hence, it comes back to the evaporator where it using our indoor air. It cools from. Sorry. It cools from 4.4 degrees. Sorry, it cools from liquid to a vapor. Okay. So I think this is very small introduction what I have given here as a lecture. So the time is 11:05. So if you have any doubts, we can discuss over here. Okay, so it's over. So I want to discuss about the strength of material also. So the time is constrained here. Okay, so time is a constraint here. I want to, if you have any doubts, we can discuss across. You can also type it in your chat so that we can have this discussion.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your presentation. Participants, if you're having any doubt, means you can type it in the chat box. So there is one of the questions, sir. What are the possible?
Yes, I have read it. So
Yes.
what are the possible choices for manufacturing engineering? For manufacturing engineering, I don't recommend manufacturing engineering for engineers. For example, in case of manufacturing, a production is different. A production is the one where you have to make what you can well, you have to make your plans and strategy for manufacturing. A manufacturing is the one which we put in your machines and get it out. Okay, so manufacturing is meant for your diploma and ITA engineers. Okay, manufacturing. Whereas this is, we should concentrate on production and quality. Production and quality is most important thing. How to start student in a design field? They have to start with the basics of 3D modeling like SolidWorks, CATIA, Creo. Then they should go into the design field. In the emerging electric field, electric in the sense of what you are recommending is electrical vehicle. So in an electrical vehicle, the most important thing will be storage, battery storage. You have to concentrate on battery storage. Say this design software, I have to more specific to Mr. Ranjit Kumar. It's more like art of typewriting. If you know typewriting, you can type it in a computer, or you can also type it in your keyboard also. Like software, you should know only one software thoroughly. The same will be applied. For example, if you know SolidWorks, Inventor, Creo, Inventor and Siemens, Inventor, Siemens, this RF CAD, they all are similar. CAD is somewhat different. Creo is also different. So you should know one software thoroughly, and it will be application of all the others.
Sir, another one question, sir. For
Different
a fresher,
Okay.
In order to get a job, what I have to do?
What you have to do is you have to improve your skills. You just go back to my recording also. Recording will be available where I have given a lot of fields. You have to improve your skills either in 3D solid modeling or in NDT. If you want to go for production, you have to go for NDT. Whereas if you want to go for this quality, you have to learn about this TQM. TQM is total quality management. You can learn 5 years. You have to acquire a lot of certifications. Then the company will have more, emphasize more to you. As a fresher, you should acquire a lot of certification. In CAD also, there are lots of certification. In NDT, you have to acquire certification. In 5 years, there are a lot of certification courses is that. So you have to acquire certifications.
Okay, sir. Another one question is, Anna University syndicate members change the regulation for every 4 years once, but they are not changing the syllabus content. This syllabus not covered the recent trends and future. What is your feel about this, sir? One of the participants have asked.
So as I said, I am a 3rd generation engineer. The syllabus is what my grandfather studied is same now. So I am repeating syllabus. What my grandfather studied. He studied in PSG Tech, maybe something around the 1950s or 60s. So it is same. It is not embedded with the real-time industry. Okay. For example, in all your syllabus, you not even studied about single standard. What is standard? So there are a lot of standards is there. For a spring there is a standard, for a shaft there is a standard, for engineering drawing there is a standard. There is no coverage of standard in the entire syllabus. Okay, whereas in industry we used to talk everything should be comes from a syllabus. Okay, so it should be bridge the gap between industry and academia. So that is need of the hour. I think it's high time to change the entire syllabus.
Okay, sir. Another one participants have asked: is there any analysis software need to be known?
Say that is depends on you. Say if you know very good analysis software. Okay, say for example FEA. You know fantastically about ANSYS Workbench, but your theory you have got only B grade, then you will not be considered. Okay, as a fresh engineer you should have very good marks in your particular subject, and you have to develop those skills on that particular subject. If you have S grade in FEA and you know have this ANSYS certification, then you will be immediately acquired. Okay, so it's both linked between theory and academic. Okay, Fusion 360, I think Vaishali has asked, say this Fusion 360 is newly introduced. So it works with Inventor. It's more like similar to Inventor, SolidWorks and Fusion 360, they are all good. Only biggest advantage over Fusion 360 is it works with the it works with the cloud. Okay, cloud environment. My most important question I'm asking you back. Say you are learning one software. That software should be used in the industry. Then only they will acquire you. Okay, or then only they will recruit you. So I have to put more emphasis on a software which is used in the industry. Okay, that is very, very important. Yes, you can learn Fusion 360, then you can get certification. Everything is okay. But that company should use Fusion 360. You should learn Fusion 360. That company is using Creo, then they will not recruit you. Whereas if you learn Creo, to me, Creo, SolidWorks, and Inventor, better learn Inventor. Inventor and Fusion 360, they are the same. You better learn Inventor. Is next manufacturing process is 3D, 4D, or any other alternative? To me, it's more like electrical vehicle. They used to say electrical vehicle is going to be the future, but for maybe for next 10 years, it's not going to be fully developed. Okay, it's not going to be fully developed for next 10 years. There are a lot of ambiguities. I was about to buy one electrical scooter. They used to say after 3 years you have to completely change the entire battery. That battery cost near about 60,000 rupees. Whereas my IC engine, and I will definitely use it for next 10 years without any bigger investment, one-time investment. Okay. So these electrical vehicles is still, it's a problem. Likewise, the manufacturing process, there are a lot of new methods, like a lot of 3D printing has came, 4D printing has came, even the metallic printing has came. Everything has came. There is a potential, but still for the next 15 years, welding and riveting is going to be the thing. Manufacturing process will not change like that, like what we have seen in electrical vehicles. Though the Modi government has insisted that we should use these electrical vehicles immediately, but out of I am sitting in Tirchi, I have maybe a lack of vehicle will be going around in my city. Only out of that, only 2 vehicles will be electrical vehicles. Okay, sorry, I'm not very good in manufacturing field. How to make final year projects in manufacturing field? Maybe you can ask tomorrow's session. Will be the thing. So Bharat, okay, sorry.
Okay, sir.
Sorry, yes.
Okay, sir. I think the time is already 11:15.
Okay.
I think we can close the session. If participants, if you are having any doubt, means you please send the
Sir, I have a
queries.
question.
Yes, please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
So actually, sir, myself, Sachin Kumar. Actually, I am from the Pune right now.
Okay.
So actually, sir, I did my B mechanical engineer and as well as MTech in production also. I have more than experience in industry as well as teaching experience
Okay.
also. In teaching,
Okay.
I have experience more than 2 years, and
Okay.
in industry, I have more than 3 years.
Okay.
So actually, I am in very confusion what to do next. So
Say,
please guide me.
to me, it's a one way. I used to call one way. once you have done MTech, it's very difficult to go back to the industry. Okay. Say, for example,
sir.
I have visited most frequently Sichinwad in Pune, where I used to come for a visit Thermax. Okay, so it's very difficult to go back to the industry which with the MTech. Whereas normally a company acquires MTech only from campus placements. Okay, it's very difficult to recruit a MTech in a regular academia. Okay, or a regular post. So to my since you have very good experience on industry, so my recommendation is go back to your teaching profession and you can make very good engineers.
Okay, sir. So one more question.
Yes.
Sir, I want to ask you if I will go to pursue my PhD. So
Okay.
which area of subject to select? If I go to, because of my area of specialization in MTech was production. So which areas to have to focus?
One you can take is a welding. So welding is one of the widely used field as of now, where the different materials and different welding and what will be the welding for a dissimilar metals. Welding, maybe the current research will be with respect to the friction stir welding. So welding will be a good option. Or you can do something on fires also. If it is in production, you can concentrate on fires also.
Okay, so what will be the scope after the completion of the PhD? If I get the degree of the PhD, what will be the scope after completion?
Scope in industry with your PhD.
Read the lecture session.
In teaching.
Teaching, it will be very good. PhD is widely considered in teaching, whereas in industry it will be negative. If you acquire your PhD, normally they used to send you out.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So there are a lot of questions on this IoT and data science also. So it's more like still it is in debate. Though I have been working for last 20 years, we never come across this IoT and data science as of now. Still we are using all the following basics. Maybe at the higher level, even there are some of courses now, they started with the BTech, artificial intelligence and data sciences. Okay, I don't know what is going to be the real application out of it. Maybe it will take a decade of time. It will take around nearly 10 years to make application. Application on IoT is still, mechanical engineering in IoT is still a debate. Okay, now only we came across this SCADA, supervisory control and data acquisition, and there are some DCS is there. So still this IoT and data sciences to mechanical engineering field is somewhat not yet established. So someone, I will consider this as the last question. What I should do going into a company where they uses boilers? Most important thing, you should know about Rankine cycles. Rankine cycle is the most important thing when you go into a boiler company. You study well about 4 Rankine cycles: superheat, reheat, superheat, reheat, regeneration, combination of superheat, reheat, and regeneration. Okay. So thank you. So
Okay,
thank you, Mr. Jabin.
Yes, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your nice presentation.
Thank you. I'd like to thank.
formally,
So I'd like to thank the management of Ramco also for providing the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, formally, I would like to present a vote of thanks for you, sir. So it is a wonderful session, sir. It is really valuable and very informative. It is also an eye-opening session for most of the people who have attended in both Google Meet as well as YouTube. And I am sure that all the participants, both faculties and students, have gained much knowledge in this area and have enjoyed the session. So in future also, we will conduct such kind of events. I request all participants to keep in touch with us. And I also finally thank Vivekanandan sir for giving such a wonderful explanation in all the areas, concepts, everything he has explained clearly. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. On behalf of Ramco Institute of Technology, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Institution of Engineers, Society of Automotive Engineers, and Welding Society, I thank you wholeheartedly, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
And participants, I have posted the feedback link on the chat box, both in YouTube as well as in the Google Meet chat box I have posted. So please use that. If you can't see that, I will just present my screen. Okay, so that you people can see that also. And into tomorrow's session, we are having another one expert. The topic is applications of welding and NDT industry, which is going to be handled by Anandan sir. He is the ex-DGM of Bell Tirchi. He is retired profession. He is having more experience in this welding and NDT area. So I request all the participants to please make use of the opportunity. So you can ask your doubts, whatever, how we have, whatever things which you are having doubts in those area, you please can ask. Okay. I am expecting all participants tomorrow. Now I will share the feedback presentation. So please, all of you make note of it, or otherwise you
Okay.
can also see the chat box.
Sorry to disturb, Jabin. So
Yes, sir.
I'm going out of the meeting. You can proceed ahead. So
Yes,
thank
sir.
you all
Thank you.
participants. Thank you for your patience hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So the feedback link is available below, so please make use of it. Thank you. If you have filled the feedback form, that's all for today. We can get back to the meeting tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jamin sir,
Sir.
switched off YouTube streaming, sir.
Okay, sir. I think some participants have asked the feedback link. I think.
So we are waiting for.
Yes, sir. We can wait for 5 more minutes so that they can get the feedback link. After that, we can set it up.
Yeah, okay, sir, no problem. Okay, sir, we wait for 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay. I request all the participants, those who have not given feedback, to take note of the feedback link. Okay, we'll be switching it off within 5 minutes. Please be quick. Magarajan sir.
Yeah, tell me, sir. Sir, Jamin sir.
I think we can stop the session, sir.
Yes, that is what.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you.